Well, hello everybody, it's FRC again, 2011 season, round 15. We're here at India to start the race 15, and probably today the championship winner can be decided. Yeah, that's truth, as the gap between Smitler and Bagus in the championship is 30 points. So, basically, to win the championship, Max has to win the race with no points for Aditya or Berta. Well, that's it, I guess. It's the only way how Max can win the championship now. Uh, yeah, it was such a crazy qualifying session yesterday. Actually, not yesterday, it was on Tuesday, with also a lot of penalties. As the drivers like Martinez, Aitken, Blackwood, and Daniel had received their penalties for changing the transmission, and that was a 5 places grid penalty for each of them. Yes, so the starting grid is going to be looking quite interesting or quite weird. So I guess now we just have to take a look at the starting grid for today's race. As always, we have such a warm, hot climate at India, so no rain as it was in qualifying. Well, 45 laps around the Bud International Circuit. Okay, let's take a look at our starting grid. On the front row we have both McLarens, it's Sabovic and Owen. Right behind them on P3 and P4 is Daniel Fraser and Aditya Bagas. Right behind Aditya, Max Smitler, the championship leader. Yes, he can win the championship today, but I think it's not going to happen. On P6 it's here Gabriel, another Red Bull. P7 Berta Kieslin, the only Mercedes who's, which was participating in Q3. P8 Vucic Armin, the best of Renaults. P9 Samet Oskan, and P10 Erika Libanik Hanebusa. And here comes the most interesting part. P11 Colin Chapman HRT. P12 Santina Andreoli with a puncher in Q2, but luckily no penalty for him. P13 for Fernando Tost and P14 for Jake Tasley. P15 Adam Hidayat, and here come all the penalties. Rosetta Martinez, P16, after a 5 places grid penalty, the same as Victor Aitken, who started from P17. On P18 we have Alexander Arnold without any penalties, but what about Jafari? Another 5 places grid penalty. P20 Emil Nilsson, his Qualifying was not the best one, so he has not got any penalties, unlike Darbus Daniel, who is starting P21 at Mercedes. And on P22 we have another driver without any penalties, it's Lionel Messi from Lotus. As I've already said, no rain, no clouds at all, a clear sky, with a beautiful sun shining today at India. I guess it's time to go. It's time to start the race. And also I've prepared some graphics for the race, so we can be reminded about the positions in the drivers championship. It's going to be displayed on lap 2, I think. So yeah, that's some kind of a surprise for you, even if it is not well made, but at least I tried my best making it in a hurry. Anyways, no more discussions, as we are going to take a look at these 5 red lights, as now the track is loading, and here we go, 45 laps of action here at Boot International Circuit at India. The 2011 World Drivers' Champion can be decided today, as we have 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. It's lights out and away we go, and we have Pite in our commentary box. Hello?
Let's get back into the racing. Bakes Open takes the lead of the Indian Grand Prix.
Oh! And it's Max
God,
Miedler, our
the back
championship
of Max
leader!
Miller, championship leader, is out of this race on lap 1.
And before the race I was talking about him as he could win the championship. But no. Not today. Sadly not today for the Welshman, as Beethoven is leading the race with Abolition second and Bagos on third.
I think right now Adi Bagas is currently in the prime position to nab some points off Max Mittler, but he has to watch out for Daniel Fraser.
And also
Oh, we
some
got some
damage.
more cars off.
Oh, and the damage for Berta Kieslin also. And we have like 2 cars retiring, it's Rosetta Martinez and Sammy Toscan.
Oh no! Toscan did so well yesterday, and two days ago, I think.
Yeah.
And now he's all the way, but that's about no, he already got wing damage. Wait, what happened here? Oh, Martinez just missed his braking point. I just ran into him.
Yeah, just a dive bomb by him. Rosetta has got a penalty, unlike Summit, who had nice qualifying, who made it into Q3. But let's get back to the race leaders. And right now we have Williams. In top 10 is Fernando Tost on P9. Berta Kiesling has got some damage, the same as Colin Chapman, and I guess that's all. What's happened to the HRT? I guess it was something into turn 1. And it was a contact with Eric Hanebusa, I guess. No?
He just ran into Oscan.
Yeah. And as a result, he's going to lose a lot of positions. What's happened to Berta?
See what happened with the incident.
Oh.
He just taps Max Mittler. Probably gonna get a penalty for that.
Aditi is already defending from the attacks of Daniel Fraser, who is on P4. And Adam Hidayat has made his way up into P12. Daniel is going for a move on Blackwood. As they almost touch. The Hungarian has gained 7 positions from the start after starting from P21.
But most of the overtakes will come to the long straight because it's very long and very easy to overtake. And I'm not saying it's easy to overtake, but it's how you have a higher chance to overtake. So yeah. Also, I think Fraser could go for a move at turn 1 or even at the hairpin if he wants to. If you do so, please. Get onboard camera, otherwise the game will slow. Just realised the two Lotuses had got a really good start. Armin's moved up 2 positions, while Xander only moved up like 5 positions at the start.
As we have Hideo defeated from Blackwood.
Please be clean, lads.
Oh!
Oh, not again!
Come on!
The
But
corner of death at Malaysia all over again.
But at least Hideo manages to continue the race, but without the front wing, sadly.
This literally gave me flashbacks to Malaysia, where everyone literally crashed at the final corner.
Just another dive bomb by the Force India. First time it was Martinez, and this time it's Jafari Blackwood.
Also, I just realised Jafari Blackwood moved up 1 position, but it gave Darbos Daniel time just to overtake Jafari Blackwood. So. Oh yeah. Do you forget to put up the standings in the middle?
What do you mean?
Do you remember at the start you said you put the standings graphic on lap 2, but it's already lap 3 now?
No, I mean I've already put it, just check the YouTube stream.
Pretty dumb. Yeah, the Renault power unit on the straights are pretty good compared to the Ferrari. No wonder why Baggers is pulling away from the Ferrari whilst the Ferrari's catching up to Baggers in the corners.
Adam is in the pits.
He doesn't get stuck in the pit lane, and it's boom, 6.0.
By the way, Berta Kessin has set the fastest lap time so far, but it's only lap 4.
But he's not in the top 10, so he won't get the points.
Yeah, you're right. And also talking about the fuel strategy, Adam puts 15 liters of fuel, unlike other drivers like 10 or 12.
So Adam's
liters.
gonna go long. And is actually catching up to the back markers really quickly as well. Just realised.
Oh, and that's another collision there. He's tightly and tossed.
Also again. How many DNS are we gonna have? Bang! I just cannot overtake on the circuit at all. Just can't.
Yeah, that was a nice race for Fernando. As he's the Williams driver, not the best team on the grid. I can't even say that it's one of the midfield teams, but here comes Jake Telsey to ruin his day. As a result, both of them retire, and now we have only 17 cars on the track.
That's just brilliant. Proves that India overtaking out India could be very dangerous. Because the AI will just end up just smashing into the car.
Now we have a Lotus on P12.
Great news for them.
Another chance for Daniel.
Big around the outside, but Bagus defends really aggressively.
And Boich is still about 1 second behind his teammate in the battle for the lead in the race. As the top 4 drivers are quite close to each other, just 2 seconds between Owen and Fraser.
By the way, I forgot to mention if Bagus wins this race, he'll be on 75 points going into Abu Dhabi, but Abu Dhabi will not be the final race of the season, as Brazil will be.
Saboch is already trying to show up in the mirrors of Baked Oven. And while nothing interesting happens, let's discuss the drivers' standings again, as Smithler has retired. Any driver needs to have more than 130 points to continue the battle for the championship. I'm talking about Fraser. Oh no!
Two McLarens are off! It's happened again!
Turkey 2010 moment. That's interesting.
Yeah. Obviously, you didn't watch the Turkish Grand Prix race in 2010. Let's just say that both McLarens just ran into each other again.
Yeah, that's happened a lot of times, I think.
It's happened again. Now Bagus takes the lead of the race, and possibly, if he keeps on to that lead, well, he might possibly get 75 points.
Yeah, and also I was about to say that, but yeah, now Bosch is going to have 130 points compared to 180 of Smitler. So basically, to win the championship, Pabovic has to win both races and to hope that Smitler is not going to score any points. As Max had a lot of tough luck in the second half of the season, scoring just about 20 points in the last 3 races.
The battle for the lead between Daniel Fraser and Atia Baggers. Atia Baggers is still in the title contention. I can't believe Atia Baggers has been given a car that's I can't believe last season he was running in Sauber, and now this year Red Bull has picked up 2 rookies and it's definitely paid off for them this year.
Here we go, please. No contact between them, as it would be another above each oven moment.
Yeah. Also just realised the Lotuses are performing really well. Because even though I got lucky.
Oh, and that's a dive bomb by Daniel there.
And he just literally missed his breaking point.
And as a result, he's losing the position to Jafari Blackwood. By the way,
Also,
we have...
Elon Messi in the points.
Yeah, let's go.
There's only 15 cars left, and it's only lap 8. Is this going to be a repeat of Australia all over again?
And here comes Fraser.
On the inside. Oh, very close.
We're already getting close to the first mandatory pit stops, as both the leaders have about 4 liters of fuel. So that's going to be interesting in the next few laps. But probably not, as both Bagos and Fraser are going to pit at the same time. Another opportunity for Fraser to overtake. But that's quite difficult to do that into turn 1 of the Indian circuit. And also looks like both Lotus teams are doing well. The Red Lotus and the Green Lotus won. As also Wood Charmin and Santina and Rally are running on P4 and P5 at the moment, really close to the podium positions. And also let's don't forget about the Zabra of Erika Hanebus on P6. So I guess it's another chance for her to win, or not to win, but just to score a podium. As last time she was fighting for the podium at Monza, and as a result he just missed the podium and finished on P8. And let's take a look. We have both Bagus and Fraser pitting. Gabriel is staying out, so he's going to take the lead in the race. Armin is staying out, Santina and Erika are also staying out. What about other drivers like Arnold and other Williams in top 10? And so we have Lionel Messi pitting. So 18 makes it up into P10. Let's take a look at the first mandatory pit stop of the race. .8, not bad.
Baggers got overtaken by Right, down in front. Wait, what happened? What happened?
Yeah, that's also interesting as Daniel gets past the Red Bull right at the straight. We've missed that moment,
Got a
surely.
bot on chat. We got a bot on chat. Anyway. Right, Daniel Fraser. Finally somebody makes a clean move into that corner. Finally.
Yeah, but I decided to be the Monaco 2021 cameraman. And instead
Yeah.
of the overtake, I showed the Lionel Messi pit stop. As there are two race leaders, Bagus and Fraser in the pits. Make your best who is going to be ahead after the pit stops. As
All
you're
behind Ferrari, so they might come out first.
And yes! Bagus gets the position back. And now we have the Renaults in the podium positions again. That's a full Renault 1, 2, 3 talking about the engines. On P4 is Hanebus and Blackwood, Daniel Aitken, Bagus and Nielsen and Fraser. Arnold had a 6.8 seconds pit stop. Skiesi makes his way into the pits for the second time.
Fraser's even worse, he's stuck behind an HRT. Oh, no, it was not Chapman, he's Elmo Nielsen.
I guess we should take a look at the race leaders again, as Yuri Gabriel is staying out. Still having about 2 seconds gap ahead of Armin. And yeah, Nielsen is behind Bagus and Fraser, so Aditya is pulling away from his rival as Daniel Fraser makes a mistake into the banking.
It was very close for him to spin. It got a little bit too wide, on the curb entry, and it's like lost the back end, but he managed to get on the but he managed to correct it. So thankfully he hasn't spun today. I mean, and Herod Blanc Honabusa is in the pits.
5.5 by Armin and 4.8 by Erika, but as a result, Vucic is still ahead of Erika, yeah. Well, Nielsen is still staying out. So, the gap between Fraser and Bagus is about 3 seconds, I guess.
It's all thanks to the Red Bull Junior Elmo Nielsen.
Aitken managed to stay in top 10 after that pit stop.
So we've got Arnold.
Let's see if there is going to be an overtake, as Aitken has to warm up the tires. And Arnold is already running the fresh, warmed up tires. Okay, Gabriel, is still there, as Santino Andreoli is going to lose his podium position. Daniel is going to be up to second with Blackwood on P3.
I don't think it's gonna last long. Point 3, that's a very slow stop for Andreoli.
As here comes Hayabusa on Santino Andreoli.
Please don't crash, lads. Please. Let's say good move by Alexander Hayabusa, who didn't crash into Andreoli, and she's up into heck.
And by the
about to
way, yeah, sorry.
Okay, as you were saying. You were saying about something. Well, I told you, Daniel's not gonna last long in P2, so yeah.
Unlike your Gabriel, who's going long, and basically he has a one pit stop strategy, and that's quite interesting.
Thomas Daniel's going for the hard tires. 5.3. That's a good stop. Nelson's switching to the hard tires as well. 6.6. That's decent.
Well, I'm not sure, as once when there was a pit stop with the front wing repaired, then it was just a 6 seconds pit stop. So we've also seen a 4.8 pit stop there.
Okay, that's a bad stop, I get it. And also, Andreoli has taken back the position.
Let's take a look at it. But Erika was trying to get the position back. Santino was going a bit wide there, but he managed to keep the position. Well, what were the pit stops? Looks like nothing. As the next pit stop is going to be in about 3 laps, and is going to be the second pit stop for Adam Hidayat.
And possibly Yuri Gabriel. Wait, how many laps does he have until he pits?
About 6-7 laps.
So Yuri Gabriel will be out for a very, very long time. Checking Discord and stuff. Indeed, longer strategy has worked in Yuri Gabriel's favour. Even then, Rebel will not be happy with Yuri Gabriel winning the race because they needed Antia Bagus to win the race so he can keep fighting on Max Smittler in the championship.
Well, basically, the one piece of strategy is usually not the best one, as in the final couple of laps you're going to have dead tires, unlike other drivers with the new fresh tires.
We
This is going to be very easy to lose a lot of positions.
we saw that happen in Bahrain in 2010.
And I guess it also happened at China in 2011,
Because
when Aditya Bagus was going long, and as a result he was defending like a lion, but still got only the third position in the race.
because I always remember the Bahrain race really, really well.
Well, Adam Hiriet is making his way into the pits. .4 by Lotus,
Chapman is ahead.
and look who is behind him. It's Yuri
Roy
Gabriel.
Gabriel.
So we can see the first blue flags on lap 18 already. That's interesting. Let's see for how long Yuri is going to stay behind the Lotus. Okay, Yuri gets past Adam quite well into the final corner.
And Bagos is 22 seconds behind. Gabriel is 2 seconds ahead of Bagos. I mean, Gabriel could win this race by a country mile.
Well, let's take a look at the gap between Gabriel and Bagos. I guess it's going to be melting quite fast. It was 21.9 after the lap 18. And after the first sector of lap 19, it's going to be not 21.9, but it's going to be 22 seconds. Well, Gabriel still doing well.
Since nothing's happening, I may as well just have a new section called Tea Break where nothing happens for a couple of laps.
Yeah. We're just waiting for Yuri Gabriel to pit, and we'll see what's going to happen to him and where he is going to be after that pit stop.
He's very close to Bagos, so Yuri Gabriel could end up in P3, I guess. Yeah. Rod is very close to I don't care.
Maybe there is going to be an overtake on the straight.
"25 laps to go here in India."
Well, now Gabriel is close to another driver who is going to get lapped by the Red Bull, as it's Colin Chapman Jr. Colin Chapman, who is starting from P11 today, but well, a collision on lap 1 and as a result only P14. An easy overtake by the Brazilian on the straight. That was quite easy, I would say, because of the blue flags. So now there is nobody on his way, as he's going to be beating this lap. Meanwhile, he sets the personal best on the first sector, as that's quite interesting. Staying on 20 laps old tires and still having such an awesome pace.
Rio Gabriel is basically like Sergio Perez, but Pagos has taken a second out of him.
Yeah. Let's see what's going to happen, as the gap between Yuri Gabriel and Aditya Bagus is still about 22 seconds. That's how Yuri is good in saving his tires.
So a Rebel team on the mediums. The fuel, let's see what time it is. 5.4.
And that's interesting, as here come the leaders. I guess that
Could be very...
Yuri can join the battle?
No.
Maybe a bit later, well, let's see.
Currently, if as it stands, Bagus is going to be on 175 points.
And Messi makes it up into P10 with Victor Aitken pitting for the fresh tires. Or not, as he has lost the wheel. Let's take a look at it once again. Where did it happen? It happened right before the pit lane entry, so Victor has got really lucky this time. Unlike the qualifying session where he had to stop the car right on the track. Well, 4.7. Brilliant pit stop by Toro Rosso.
So Toro Rosso is basically their real life counterpart, Red Bull.
Yeah. And Victor rejoins the track on P13, ahead of Colin Chapman and Adam Hidayat only.
These cars are a lap down, so...
And looks like in 5 laps, or a bit more, Daniel managed to get closer to Aditya Bagos. After that gap of 3 seconds, it's now about 1 second between the leaders.
Fraser needs to do something to protect Max Mittel's World Championship. This is kind of like Valtteri Bottas and Lewis Hamilton. Daniel will find a way to get past the Lotus of Androli because Androli's not on really good tires, so like he's on old tires basically. And also, I think Darbo's Daniel is disappointment of the season.
Maybe not himself, but his luck.
Yeah. Still. Disappointing, but still. Disappointing to say the least.
Yeah. And I'm not sure that he's going to continue his career in 2012.
Because this server died harder than ACOC. Oh god. We're actually and there might be discussion. There might be a discussion about Formula Renault and its future. There might be a discussion about it in the next meeting between me and him. Alright. Let's get back to the action where the bread and butter is.
No, still about 1 second, so let's just take a look at this battle, then we're going to get back to the P1 and P2. As Daniel is catching the slipstream behind the Renault, but it's still very difficult to overtake there into turn 1.
Darbo's Daniel needs to be careful of the power of the Reynolds down the straight because he could easily fall away from him. No, looks like Darbo's Daniel got the slipstream.
Side by side.
As Darbo's Daniel down the inside and he's opening to 6th place.
And now there are 2 cars between the teammates at Renault. These are the P5 Eric Hanebus and P6 Darbus Daniel.
Also for the lead between Fraser and also Richard Armin has a really quiet race today. Really quiet.
Yes, he gained 4 positions, made it up to P4, but looks like he didn't even have any battles today.
But very soon, Erica might have something to say about that.
Yeah, she already has an experience in the battles for the podium. But this time it's something about the battle for the 4th position. Still really close to the top 3. So the gap between P4 and P5 is still about 1.5 seconds. Well, the gap between Daniel and Aditya is now about half of a second. I hope that if Daniel is going to get past the Indonesian, he is going to build some gap because otherwise it's going to be useless to overtake, as it's going to be another problem in the pits, I would say, for Daniel, as the Red Bull garage is located behind the garage of the Italian team.
And the Ferraris could and the Ferrari pit and the Ferraris could get easily held up.
I guess there's going to be another overtaking coming for Darbus Daniel, having a decent race today.
I mean, he could get a P4 at least, but because slams the door. Slams the door.
Now let's see if there is going to be an overtake, but Erika is defending quite aggressively, closing the door and staying on P5.
I think Daniel could go for an inside move from the back straight, or he can do it at turn 1 if he doesn't crash into somebody. Goes to the outside line, but Erika defends it.
And the Blackwood is speeding.
Couple more laps to go.
And also talking about the standings again, but this time for the Constructors Championship. The gap between Ferrari and Red Bull is now about 16 points. As Red Bull is now on P1 and P3 and Ferrari is only on P2 as Smithers has retired. So that means that Red Bull has a huge chance to take the lead in the championship again after that race.
Maybe into Abu Dhabi. And Abu Dhabi could be absolutely crazy as some sources have suggested. So yeah.
And here come our championship, but yeah, still championship leaders and also the leaders of the race, Aditya Bagos and Daniel Fraser. Let's see who's going to be ahead this time, as your Gabriel is going to take the lead in the race again. Let's see. And yes,
He's got held up in the pits.
again. As now Hanebusa makes it up to P3 and Darmin up into 2nd position. But both of them are going to pit at the end of this lap.
And also Daniel's gone into the pits as well. A bit unusual.
5.2, even faster than the pit stops of the Red Bull and Ferrari.
Also, Kiersing is now into P7. He's currently on one-stop strategy. So I think.
Pit at the end of this lap.
No, looks like Kieslin is going to be pitting now.
Well, there goes my prediction down out the window. Oh, Erica almost lost it. I think almost lost it.
Yeah.
She almost lost it. Yeah.
So after the pit stops, this lap is going to be Gabriel P1, Andrelli P2, and Bagos on P3. We already have some drivers in the pits. It's Colin Chapman, 5.6, and now there are going to be Vucic Armin and Erika Libani Hanebusa. .2 pit stop for both drivers. And the second Mercedes is pitting is Berta Kieslin. 5.6 this time. And I guess that Messi is going to be close to the top 10 again. As now he's running on P11 as we see Darbus Daniel trying to overtake Erika Libanekhanebusa. Hopefully nothing bad is going to happen as he goes for a dive bomb and they collide. Darbus Daniel, another tough luck for him as he is going to be outside the top 10 I think.
His
Or
hard
is he?
knock life one.
No, it's going to be still P9 for him, but that was an unsuccessful move on the Zabur driver. That was a dive bomb, I would say. But luckily, no damage for anybody in this accident. Andrelli is in the pits again.
I think Gabriel's going to. I think Gabriel is 100% going to pit at the end of the race. So so Bagos can just win the drivers' championship.
I guess this amount of fuel is going to be enough for him, but let's see. So if he's still going to pit at the end of the race, then I guess it's going to be a try to get the point for the fastest lap or a multi 21. And for now, the 1 point for the fastest lap goes to Berta Kieslin with a lap time of 1:26.775. Well, he's still running in the top 10. He's running 10th, so it's enough to get this one additional point.
No, 2 points. This will get 2 points.
I'm sure that it's just... yeah, you're right. 1 point for the fastest lap and just 1 point for P10. By the way, if the gap between Gabriel and his teammate Aditya Bagus after the first pit stop, well, actually before the first pit stop of Yuri Gabriel was about 22 seconds, now it's just 16 seconds between them.
Truth is that Bagus is catching up, but he needs to do it quickly because there's only like 12 or 13 laps left of this race.
Aitken is in the pits, I guess. And yes, he is. So Messi is going to take P10 again. So what was that this time? Looks like, yeah, no problem for him, just mandatory pit stop. 6.4 by the Toros pit crew.
Now 15 seconds. Now it's only lap 34 to 45.
So I guess that with this pace, Aditya can try to go for move on his teammate here, Gabriel, at the end of the race.
There's traffic ahead of him, so this might be a little bit difficult.
Yeah, two lapped cars, a Lotus of Adam Hidayat and an HRT of Colin Chapman. And also about the battle for P10. Lionel Messi is on P10, Alexander Arnold is on P11. And if we take a look at the driver standings, then there's just one gap between them in this fantastic battle for P21. So if Alex is going to finish ahead of Lionel and inside the top 10, then he's going to equalize the points between them, between Lionel and Alexander. And if Arnold is going to finish on P10, then it's going to be 5 points for both drivers.
I want to see the gap between Bagos and Gabriel after this lap.
And it's 15.5.
So it looks like Bagos is making one second per lap, but I think maybe at a very I think like lap 44, 45, Bagos might get Gabriel. That will be a sight of to behold.
yeah, if we take a look at the lap times, um, then we have Aditya gaining about half of a second on Yuri Gabriel on the last lap. Gabriel lost 3/10 in the middle sector and also yeah, 1/10 on sector 3. So still 15 seconds between them. So as I said, the one piece of strategy is usually not the best one. It's something like a lottery, you can win, you can lose. It all depends on the luck. And on your pace, of course. As now the gap is about 15 seconds, 14.9. But I think that there is also going to be a battle for the second between Bagos and Daniel, as there is just 1 second between them. So maybe Daniel can help Yuri to keep this gap ahead of his teammate. But yeah, I'm still not sure, there is still about 1.2, 1.3 seconds between the second and third drivers running in this race. And we also have the drivers from P4 to even P7 running quite close to each other with gaps of about 1-2 seconds between each other. But sadly this gap is not enough to even have a hope on the battle between the drivers. Well, at least Vucic is running quite good today. Not just quite good, just fantastic. P4 for Renault. Basically it's P4, P5. So 22 points to for Renault. As they're battling Force India and Zauber in the battle for the 5th position in the championship. Zauber has 101 point, Force India has 99, and Renault has 96.
Alright, see, I'm back.
Yeah, hello again. We have about 10 laps to go, and yeah, basically Bagos cannot catch your Gabriel with this pace, so he has to win about 2-3 seconds each lap.
Yeah. But he's only doing one.
So I guess that now the main question is if Yuri Gabriel is going to be told to enter the pits.
How's he feel on the Red Bull? How many laps can it do?
We'll now have 6 laps to go.
If, how many laps can Gabriel's fuel can go?
Well, still about 14 seconds.
No, I meant how many laps can Gabriel hold?
Well, he has
Like
about
fuel.
8 liters of fuel, and I think
many-
it's enough to finish the race.
I bet Christian Horner might slap in one of the engineers right in the drawing line after this, because basically they almost dusted Bagos's chance to get back in the championship fight, but Yuri Gabriel just to come in and just ruin everything.
Yeah, I guess that for Red Bull it will be the best decision to actually beat Yuri Gabriel, as it's not going to change anything in the Constructors' Championship, as Red Bull is still going to be ahead of Ferrari, but talking about the Drivers' Championship, then it's going to be Bagos staying behind Smittler not by 5 but by 12 points. And actually, if there is going to be a situation at Abu Dhabi, if Bagos finishes second today, then 12 points between Smittler and Bagos, then Smittler is going to finish first, for example, and Bagos is going to finish second at Abu Dhabi. Then the gap is going to be even bigger, 19 points. And that's going to be a total disaster for Red Bull, so they just need to hope for a miracle.
Yeah.
And it's going to be really difficult to win the Drivers' Championship. Yeah. Chapman is told to give the position to Bagos and Fraser, but looks like he's not going to do that. And basically he's helping Yuri on his way to win the race. Well, it was 13.5 between Gabriel and Bagos after the first sector, and now it's going to be 13.4 still. I'm not sure that Chapman's holding up Bagos and Fraser, but he just gives them an additional boost as the slipstream, and now he might be holding up Daniel Fraser. 4 laps remaining in the race, and I guess that Yuri Gabriel is not going to pit at the end of the race. As we still have Messi inside the top 10. I don't remember last time Lotus finished in the points, but I guess it was a long time ago. So I guess I should check it out. But no, I was wrong, as at career, Lionel Messi has finished the race on 9th position. So it's going to be the second finish in the points for Lotus in a row. As they're also having a battle with the Toro Rosso for P8. Oh, sorry, no, I was mistaken, yeah. For Lotus, of course, yeah. They're still about 6 points ahead of Williams. And we have 3 laps to go. Yuri Gabriel is not going to pit, so basically he's going to keep the race win.
Yeah. Just having some food in the commentary box because, you know, I just can. That's why I went for a while.
But at the same time, Daniel's trying to make the move on Aditya Bagos. And maybe the overtaking happen right now.
Rebel might get the suction of the catering. Because remember, just remember, the Renault power unit down the straight is just absolutely ridiculous. You saw that in China.
Yeah, in this type of tracks, the tracks with a lot of long straights, Renault is one of the best engines because of the top speeds. Well, Gabriel's going to be crossing the line once again to start the lap number 44 with 2 laps to go. And is he going to pit now? I'm sure he's not. And here comes the blue flag. Fraser takes the opportunity and overtakes Adam Hidayat. As now the Lotus driver was overtaken by 2 drivers in 1 corner. It's good for Daniel and bad for Aditya, as the next driver ahead of the Indonesian is going to be his teammate Yuri Gabriel, leading the race with about 15 seconds gap, I think.
Yeah. All Bagos needs to do is just hold on to second place from Daniel Fraser, and that's it.
There are not so many chances to the Welshman to get the second position on the final 2 laps, as the only overtaking spots are turn 1, as it is quite difficult to overtake there, and the long straight with the DRS and the hard braking point into turn 4. It's quite impossible. It's impossible to overtake into the middle sector, as there are just the chicanes and the banking, and in the final sector it's only the final corner. Yuri Gabriel starts the final lap of the race and he's not going to pit, so he just has to complete these 3 final sectors to win the race.
Hopefully no transmission problems for Yuri Gabriel.
As we have a yellow flag and it's Lionel Messi, come on!
Oh, come on. Oh, I was about to jinx it there. I actually just thought I might just jinx it.
So basically now there is going to be 1 more point for Arnold in the championship, and yeah, Messi and Arnold are going to be equalized by the amount of points they have.
Move over, Max Miller and Baggers. There's a new 2 battles in town.
But
2
at least
people who face off of football players: Alexander Arnold and Lionel Messi. Well, except the real names. Was actually except for Alexander Arnold, he's real. He's no football player, so
But at least, yeah, Messi did damage the transmission. Unlike other drivers, he got lucky. Okay, now Gabriel is completing the final sector. Do you want to say something? Okay then, as here comes Yuri Gabriel, the Brazilian down the main straight to win the race at India with the just one stopper strategy. Congratulations to Yuri, as it's also going to be 1-2 for Red Bull as Bagos actually finishes ahead of Daniel Fraser after battling him for the whole race. I'm not sure that Red Bull is going to be happy with that one too, as Gabriel finishes ahead of Bagos. On P4 we have another great race by Renault, as the Renault drivers are finishing on P4 and P5, but who's going to be ahead? Armin or Santino Andreoli? I guess there's going to be a sprint down the main straight, but no. Armin comes down on the final corner and takes P4 with Santino Andreoli P5 and Erika Hanebuse behind them on P6. P7 Blackwood, a close finish between Daniel and Blackwood. Darabas is going to finish 8th after that mistake. P9 for Bertie Kieslin and 1 point for Williams and 1 point for Alexander Arnold after the transmission problem for Lionel Messi on the final lap. Well, I just had to turn the music of the game off, not to get copyrighted again. So yeah, here are the race results. Yuri Gabriel wins the race with Bagos second, then Fraser, Armin, Andreoli, Hayabusa Blackwood Daniel, Kieslin and Arnold, completing the top 10. On P11 we have Aitken, P12 Nielsen, and the lap drivers are Adam Hidayat, Colin Chapman, and Lionel Messi, who could not finish the race sadly. On P16 is Sabovic and Beethoven on P17, the drivers who collided into turn 4. At P18 is Jake Dowsley with P19 for Fernando Tost. P20 Martinez, P21 Oscar, P22 Max Smittler. And now it's time to listen to the national anthems. Well, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Your commentators today were Ruspro and Byte. And see you next time for the season finale of Formula Renault. Goodbye.